in listening and understanding what our stakeholders need and want, we can really think about what innovation means and kind of what the future of retail means for us and for our tenants. So, that type of engagement has helped us create programs and initiatives like our curbside pickup infrastructure, which really, gained steam during the pandemic. Our placemaking activities really kind of bringing the community together.
Joining me today is Tamara Chernomordik, Vice President of ESG with Kimco Realty. Tammy, thanks so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now here at REITworks, you're on a panel focused on real estate innovation in practice. In your opinion, what are some of the most common drivers pushing REITs like Kimco to innovate your sustainability actions?
Yeah, I think it's a great question, and it really comes down to communicating and engaging with your stakeholders and having a deep understanding of what they want and what they need. So, Kimco, for example, goes through, has a number of different channels through which we engage with our stakeholders, both internal and external. So with our employees, it's all employee calls, different types of councils. And then for our external stakeholders, it can be our national call center or our regular engagement that we have with our tenants. So in listening and understanding what our stakeholders need and want, we can really think about what innovation means and kind of what the future of retail means for us and for our tenants. So, that type of engagement has helped us create programs and initiatives like our curbside pickup infrastructure, which really, gained steam during the pandemic. Our placemaking activities really kind of bringing the community together. And then resiliency activities in the community, which is what the panel is about when I'm in the presentation.
And building on that, how are you partnering with the various local communities to be proactive to build community resilience?
Yeah, for what this means for us is that, we are really focused on the before, the during, and the after, right? So when you have some type of climate-related event, you're focused on safety, first and foremost, right? Safety of our employees, safety of the tenants, safety of the community members, anyone engaging with our properties. But you're also focused on return to business as fast as possible, right? This is, livelihood for the tenants that are, in our shopping centers. This is their daily job. This is how they make their income. So helping them get back to it as soon as possible is really important. So in terms of, how we address this, it is, again, this engagement. So making sure that from an internal perspective, we're training our property management team on, whatever type of climate factors might impact their business, their portfolio. And we're also working with local vendors, for example. If you have gone through a climate event, you don't want to be scrambling to find an engineer or some other vendor that you need. So our team is really focused on pre-creating these, proactively creating these relationships with vendors to make sure that we have essentially vendors on call as needed. We're also very data-driven, right? So we're looking at flood mapping or seismic activity, which is not climate, but it is a natural disaster. And just making sure that we are truly understanding, what can happen so that we can prepare for it.
And what are the priorities that you've seen for your tenants following a natural disaster?
Yeah, I think that the two priorities are really safety, just making sure that everyone is safe. And then another priority being getting back to business as soon as possible.